Hello, it is Laurel from the Lowry Nature Center. It is kind of a gross day, raining out, but raining out. That's my starting the video face. Okay, so it is maple syruping season at Lowry Nature Center. Even though we're closed, we're still working on this. We'll see how long we can keep it going. There are a couple bags that we missed yesterday when our sap was flowing really well. Today it's pretty much stopped because we've been above freezing for a while, for overnight. And you need below freezing temperatures at night to keep the sap flowing. So I'm gonna grab one up by the nature center. It was so close, we didn't even notice it. And one of the things we teach, and we really enjoy teaching this time of year, is all about maple syruping and maple sugaring. So this tree we can see pretty easily. It's not in the forest, so you can see the crown, the branch tips. It's a big hill. Okay, it's not that big. I'm just moving slowly. I'll flip the camera around so you guys can see this, but here's our sugar maple. And I know you guys can't see because we're not standing right under the tree with me, but when we look up at the branches, we want to see branches that are opposite, so they look like a T. If you look at my arms across from me. We look for sharp little buds, and they're kind of reddish colored if you have a day where you can actually see the color. Today I'm just getting raindrops in my eyeballs. And then we look for, on a sugar maple out in the open, the top or the crown of the tree is very rounded. And in the woods, we look for branches that make elbows, so they go out horizontally and then turn vertical. And then the other thing, on a mature maple, really old one, you will see bark that looks kind of like slabs of bacon. Again, this one we've tapped many times, so it has little belly button scars on it from previous years that we've tapped. And today, it's really muddy. Right here is our bag that we forgot to collect. So it's about half full. It's not overflowing, so we didn't lose any sap. But I'm gonna grab this, bring it back down to our holding tank so that we can cook it and finish it into maple syrup or maple sugar. All right, I thought I would give you guys a ride along so you can see what this looks like. Right now you just get to see up my nose. Sorry about that. Our spile, you can probably see today we're in the 40s right now and it's raining. There's basically no sap flowing. A good flow rate would be maybe 1 drop per second, so 60 drops per minute. Really good would be 2 drops per second, so about 120 drops per minute. We were at that rate for parts of the day yesterday and the day before, but until we go back below freezing, this is going to be pretty quiet. We're not going to see a lot of sap until it gets colder overnight. So I'm going to put our bag back on like that. Just hangs right on here. And then the bags are handy because as they fill up, we can see them from far away, so we know which trees we have to collect from. All right, so I grabbed that sap. I have it in my container right here, and I will make sure I get the lid on here, and then I'm gonna haul this back to our holding tank. We try not to hold sap for too long, and we do make sure that it's not getting too warm, so we check the temperature of the sap because this has about between 2.5 and 3.5% sugar in it. It's mostly water, that's why it's totally clear at this point. We don't get syrup out of the trees. That would be amazing, and we would probably not tell you about it because we'd be like, yes, this is for us. No, but seriously, there's very little sugar in this. And when we bring it back, then the cooking process begins, and that takes probably a full day to get a batch from the sap, from the point where it's sap all the way to the point where it's finished syrup. So I'm gonna haul this back. Oh God, okay, that's 42.5 pounds that I'm gonna waddle back to the holding tank with. I almost forgot. You might want to see where we hold the sap. That is just around the corner here. We have a little area built. Up at the top of this, there is a holding tank. Oh, there we go. And I'll walk up here with you guys. But this tank has a little topper. We pop off. I'll take a peek inside. And yes, a filter. We use a filter just to catch any debris that's in the sap. Right now it's got some really happy ants on it, but they're all kept out of the sap. And then this can hold, oh gosh, I should know this. About, if it was totally full, it would hold 225 gallons up to the brim. And we've had it up to about, I want to say around just shy of 200, maybe 190. So that routes over to our evaporator. You can see, I'll step back here. There's a little tubing system from the bottom of the tank, whoop, right over into our sugar shack. So we used to have to get all the sap held, then transferred to the evaporator. Now we have this handy dandy tubing system, and because our holding tank is up high, it just uses gravity to get it down into the evaporator, which makes me a much happier girl. As much as I like doing squats, I don't need to do like 80 million of them in March only. All right, so that's the basics of collecting sap, and a very basic kind of review of what we look for sugar maples, just to ID those sugar maples. Our next segment will be walking you guys through the cooking process in the evaporator. So stay tuned for that. That deserves its own video segment. But until then, feel free to send us questions. If you want some more details, whatever your questions are, feel free to send them in to us. See ya. Bye.